minutes until showtime.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Friday edition of the Computer America Show. Very interesting show tonight. In the first hour, we're going to be talking about cybersecurity. That's right, PC security, how you can be sure that your computer is safe from all the malware that is out there and people trying to do bad things to your computer. CyberSafePC is our guest in the first hour. And in hour two, we're going to have computer and technology news. That's brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and we'll be starting in about a minute and a half.
One minute until showtime.
Thirty seconds.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Broadcasting live, it's America's longest-running national radio talk show on computers, Computer America, hosted by national columnist Craig Grossman. Look for Craig's weekly column in your favorite newspaper. This show is being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. Keep it here for technology news, computer products, guest interviews, and your phone calls. You're listening to Computer America.
Hello, and welcome into the Computer America Show. It's the nation's longest-running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. Computer America is heard around the world and coast to coast. And I'm your host, Craig Crossman.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
And it's Friday! Yes, we made it. Another week of broadcasting excellence in the can. And boy, see, it only works on Friday, Ben. I don't know what it is. Just something about Friday. It just.
Does it really confuse you? Because I can explain it to you why it works.
No, I get it. But anyway, we got a great program set up for you. Of course, in hour two, we're going to have our show reminder winner of the week. That's right. Some lucky person is going to be winning a great prize from our good friends over at Logitech, the T650 touchpad that's glass, a glass touchpad, wireless, cordless glass touchpad. Beautiful. It's valued about $80. Somebody's going to be winning that in the second hour of the show. And so it's Friday. I understand you had ribs or something delicious for dinner, Ben.
Yeah, whatever. I had whatever makes you the most jealous. That's what I had. It was delicious.
You didn't even save me a rib.
Yeah, it's kind of the perk of having you a couple hundred miles away. I don't have to save you ribs.
No, you didn't. But you know,
That's why we do it.
Yes, but I got the text. I got text the message.
Oh yeah, no, of course, the obligatory taunting text. Of course.
Right. That pictures of the ribs with mashed potatoes. It looked wonderful. So
red jacket mashed potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah, they were the white. Yeah, actually, little red flakes in there too. It looked really good. Anyhow, we've got a great show as I said planned for you. It being Friday, and then the weekend is upon us. It's a little chilly up here right now in the Carolinas. It's
you're complaining about ribs and then you have chili. I don't get you, Craig.
No, it's cold.
Oh, cold. Okay, I got you.
Cold weather, you say.
Okay.
But I plan to be warming up soon. We'll be heading down to your neck of the woods over the weekend. So, and then you will have to save me a rib because I'm going to be there. Look at the face he's making.
I might have to. No promises.
All right. Well, as I said, we've got an interesting guest in the first hour, and I want to kind of bring him on. This is something that is kind of near and dear to our hearts here, and that is security, computer security, especially in this day and age that we're living in. I mean, there are so many people out there that are just trying to steal not only your information but your money. I mean, everything. Anything you do on your computer, you're up for grabs if you don't protect yourself. Now, there are a lot of protection programs out there over the years, but they can be fairly expensive. But our guest tonight is from a company called CyberSafePC. Now, this is a web-based software system, and once installed, it will always run in the background so that you have peace of mind knowing that you are protected at all times. CyberSafePC will also alert you via text or email when interaction is required. Joining us to explain how everything works is Mel Arthur. Mel is the host of the Saving Shopping channel and also founder of As Seen on TV. Mel, welcome into Computer America. How are you, sir?
Great to be with you. I'd love to talk to you about CyberSafePC, but I'm going out for some ribs and chili because you guys got me really hungry.
He knows what it's about.
Yeah, he does. Well, I'll tell you, that's a laudable effort. Maybe tomorrow, But let's talk a little about security, and this is a new venture for you. What?
It is, and actually, I think it's my second time back on the show with you. I originally was on a couple of years ago with you with Magic Jack.
Yes.
We had it on the Saving Shopping channel, and you helped launch the brand. We sold 10 million Magic Jacks.
There you go.
I'm pretty proud of CyberSafePC because I've tried to be involved with innovative products. We did Magic Jack. We did As Seen on TV PC, which we sold 300,000 computers on television, which was the most that's ever been done. And I've been looking for years for something that was going to revolutionize the computer industry from a software standpoint, because I am extremely upset, as most people are, at the fact that there's a war going on, and that war has now not only come to our own shores, but it's in our own homes. And it's this cyber identity theft. People constantly trying to steal our identities, our money, our bank accounts, our credit card numbers, our social security numbers, and it's incredibly frustrating.
Yes, and I certainly understand that. So you've had such a wonderful success track record with the products that you worked with before, and so now you're introducing CyberSafePC. What exactly does CyberSafePC do?
Well, CyberSafePC is the answer to this incredible problem that we have. You just mentioned a little while ago. About identity theft and the fact that people are trying to steal things. When you start to look into this, the numbers are staggering. Somebody gets their identity stolen every 2 seconds.
Wow.
So probably in the time that we've been talking just on the air in the last just couple of minutes, it's 6 minutes after 10.
Sure.
So that's probably, if you look at that, that's 306. Probably 180 people have had their identity stolen in the last 6 minutes.
Wow.
That's an incredible number. Identity theft has now become, this is amazing, the number one property theft in America. Number one.
Wow.
I believe it.
And
yeah, I believe it too. Yeah.
But what's become even worse, it's not only a matter of even money, but it's your own privacy. We developed CyberSafePC. The keystone of the program is the cyber identity theft portion, which not only protects against you, and I'll explain why. Maybe I should get into that first. There are programs out there now called keylogger programs, and these get installed on your system when you click on a website, get an email. Somehow somebody tries to invade your system, and what they do is they actually copy every single keystroke that you make on your keyboard. So when you go in and start to, you go into your bank account, you start to type in your username and your password. They actually copy that. When you go to your credit card account, they copy your credit card number. They copy the CVS code, the ID code that you need. They copy your social security number when you're typing. They can copy emails, and they store this automatically in their computers. And then now they go sell your identity online for $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, or they try to empty your bank account.
Oh.
So, this is phase one of what we have to stop. Phase two is they have programs now that can take control of your web camera. So while you're sitting in your home and you're talking to your wife, or young girls, they're at home, they have their laptops sitting on their desk, and they're getting dressed for school or getting dressed to go to work or whatever. Somebody is actually peering through that web camera and actually making recordings of what's going on in front of your web camera. It's pretty scary.
And my understanding is, because one of our co-hosts is a certified ethical hacker, Charles Tendell, and I've actually asked him this. I've asked him this question. I said, "Can they turn the camera on without turning on the little indicator light that supposedly shows that the camera is on?" He says, "Absolutely." So they could actually activate the camera, and the light that tells you the camera on can be kept off, which is really which is really scary.
It really is. So you think about the fact, whether it's you or your children who are playing on the computer, you don't know who is looking at you and your family at the time that you have that web camera on. Then the third issue is, we all know that our computers have microphones in them.
Mm-hmm.
And the hackers, in the very same way that they access the webcam, they can access the microphone. So they can now hear all your personal conversations. They can record your personal conversations. If you're talking to your bank, if you're talking to your stockbroker, if you're giving out personal information again, they can, without getting your keystrokes, they can get all your personal information. So anybody and everybody who wants to eavesdrop on you, if you want to maintain your privacy, you've got to do something. And heretofore, there really hasn't been anything, and that's where CyberSafePC comes in. CyberSafePC will actually prevent hackers from stealing your keystrokes, will prevent them from getting access to your web camera, and will prevent them from getting access to the microphone in your PC. And if anybody makes an attempt to try to get into your system, it will, if you set it up by using your email, it will, or your cell phone, it will either send you a text or an email to let you know that an attempt on your system was blocked.
And that is a wonderful thing to do, because obviously cyber attacks can go on while you're away from your computer too. So if you're away from your computer, having it send a text or an email to wherever your location, you might be at your office while your home computer is at home. You're not going to know, but obviously if it sends you an email or a text, then you can be aware of it and do something about it. So now, I know there have been a number of products out there that try to catch key logs, but they've been very expensive. And my understanding is that CyberSafePC uses a subscription model of some sort. In other words, is the process actually being done in the cloud, or is it done? Do I download some software? How does that work?
You download the software, and then it works in the background. Mm-hmm. And what we've done is we feel like this is a pretty revolutionary offer. I've been in the shopping television business now going on, I guess, 26 years.
Wow.
I've been very frustrated by a lot of the people that have been in the business and try to take advantage of the general public in lots of different ways, either through pricing or trying to get a hold of people's emails, and it's just a lot of stuff that goes on, or offering products that really don't do what they say. So what we have done is we've put together an extremely unusual package. We have the anti-hacker program, mm-hmm. which protects your keystrokes, which protects your web camera, and protects your microphone. Mm-hmm. Now, everything is going to the subscription-based in software right now.
Yes, it is.
Because of the fact that you have to have updates and whatever mm-hmm. Continually from the software. And you know that this is, Norton started doing this years ago, and mm-hmm. and everybody's gone to the subscription-based software, and it gets pretty expensive.
Yes, it does.
You have to buy multiple programs.
Yep.
We put together an all-inclusive package within the CyberSafePC program. So when you get the CyberSafePC program, you also get our cloud-based antivirus program. So that's completely cloud-based. It updates itself every 24 hours, works in the background to make sure that no virus is going to get into your system.
Mm-hmm.
We include that program along with the CyberSafePC program absolutely free. So when you subscribe to CyberSafePC, it's ordinarily, as you said, these programs are expensive. They're usually $79.99 a year.
Uh-huh. Yes.
We brought the price all the way down to $9.99 a year.
Whoa!
Now, that is pretty amazing. And how we got there is, I think, even more amazing. Because what we did was, I took a look at this, and as you say, I've been in the direct response shopping television business for years.
Mm-hmm.
And the markups are generally 80%, 90%, 100%, 200%, 300%, 400%, because they have to cover media costs, and they have a lot of varying costs that are involved. Middlemen, shipping and handling, product costs. Products come from overseas. We're a 100% U.S.-based company. So what we did was, first of all, we eliminated the middleman. So that, if you figure that a middleman usually takes a 50% profit, that knocked the price down from $79.99 to about $40.
Okay.
We then decided that why should we send you out a USB drive or a DVD, which you're only going to use one time,
right?
And you're going to spend $4, $5, $6, $7 for that. So we eliminated the USB drive completely out of the picture. That dropped the price again.
Okay.
Then we eliminated the packaging, because you just rip open the box and throw that away, and it's not helping the environment, but you're paying $4, $5, $6 for that box. So now we're down around $29 for the package. Then we eliminated. Look, one thing we know is people hate to talk to telemarketers, because when you call up for something and you say it's like $29.95 or $39.95, by the time you get through talking to the telemarketer, they're going to have you spending $200 on stuff that you didn't want in the first place. Mm-hmm. So we eliminated the telemarketers completely. That brought the price down to about $16, $17, $18. And then we eliminated, since we don't have a package to ship, we eliminated the shipping and handling, which everybody hates to pay. Mm-hmm. So we got the price all the way down to $9.99, which is where it should be.
Wow.
And that saves America $70 on that software package right there.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you just trimmed away all the fat, and you just left the meat and the heart of the program itself.
I don't know if people are going to go for that. Sounds iffy.
It gets pretty exciting. Now, in addition, look, everybody, it's not just enough just to have the cybersecurity on there. So as I said, we're giving you a free antivirus package, or cloud-based antivirus program. That can cost as much as $60. That's a $39.95 value. Mm-hmm. We include that absolutely free with the CyberSafePC. So you get the CyberSafePC antivirus program, which protects your computer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week against viruses. You get that included for free. Then if by chance you have a virus already on your system, we also include our malware and virus removal package program, which you can pay as much as $60, $70 for that. We give you that for free as well, which is included under the CyberSafePC umbrella.
Well, you see, this is what I like, because in other words, you can buy this cloud-based antivirus product, and then they'll show you, and they tell you you're infected with 117 different viruses. And then you go, okay, well, now what? And said, well, if you want us to remove them, then you have to pay us $79.95 to remove them.
Which can even those programs can even be ransomware, scareware, stuff like that. Even those are types of malware to get you to pay for PC protection.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing that and again, look, I want to say this, Craig. I've been on your show before. Mm-hmm. When I put a product on television, I'm putting my name behind it.
Right.
Okay, because I've been with Home Shopping Network for years. I was on QVC. Many times I've been on the Shopping Channel in Canada, QVC in London. I've been on all the shopping channels, all the major television networks, and I really feel like that my reputation is at stake when we bring a product to market, that it really has to work. That was why I was so proud of Magic Jack, so proud of As Seen on TV PC, and I feel the same way about CyberSafe PC, because it's not only a great product, it's an incredible price. It's going to save people maybe tens of thousands of dollars if they're from getting their identity stolen.
Sure.
But we wanted to give everybody an incredible value. Now, when you look at the PC cleaner market, that's one of the big markets right now where you see, as you were talking about for Ben, there are a lot of scams where typically they say, yeah, take our free download, check your PC. I don't care how clean your PC is, how perfect it is. They're going to come back and tell you you have 1,200 problems in your registry. And then you have to call them to activate it. And when you activate it, they say it's going to cost you $100 to remove all these things. And then you have to get an annual subscription of $20 a month and you end up spending $200, $300, $400 to clean the system that may or may not have had that. So we developed the CyberSafe PC Cleaner. It's won all kinds of awards. It's a 5-time award winner on all the major PC magazines, and we include that again. This is going to clean up your slow, dirty computer. Go through the registries, go through all the files. I just did it again tonight on my computer, and we include that package, which even at a nominal price of $20 a year, that's included for free as well.
Wow. Okay. It sounds like you're giving away everything.
Well, there's still more.
All right.
Okay, because there's one other aspect of your system. This is an all-inclusive package. This is like a Swiss Army knife for your computer. It's going to cover everything. So we then took the one thing that isn't covered from software standpoint is your hardware, because there are things that, as you know, that can go wrong in your hardware, and if it's not addressed, you can have severe problems. For example, you can have temperature issues in your system. Maybe your fan's malfunctioning. Maybe your fan just needs to be cleaned, or vacuumed, or blown out, or maybe there's an issue with one of the batteries inside the system. Maybe your hard drive is getting filled up. Maybe you're having issues with the hard drive where you're starting to have a failure. So we have a hardware monitor program which monitors the health of your hardware, and in the event that any problem occurs with the hardware, again, you will get an email or a text message that says, hey, you better have your hardware checked. You better defrag your hardware. It's getting full. You better check the temperature of your system. And all these things happen, and you'll be notified that you have a problem with your hardware, so you can prevent a failure, a catastrophic failure.
Sure. And
that hardware monitoring program, again, is included. So we feel there's somewhere between $140 a year to $170 a year value in all the software that we're including, and you get it all included for that $9.99 a year.
Oh, that is pretty amazing. Now, when you go online to download the CyberSafe PC, do you have to give them your credit card information and when registering this?
Well, one of the things that we decided to do, because this is a product that we know that when you use it, you're going to see how fantastic it is. We decided to give everybody a 15-day free trial.
Oh, very nice.
Because the whole package sounds too good to be true. People say, oh, yeah, well, you're probably going to try and sell me something else. No, that's not the case. For 15 days, you get the complete program. And it's not like you get like part of the program, and then if you want to use it later, you have to upgrade to something else. You get the whole enchilada.
Okay.
It's all there. So you get the complete system to try for 15 days. You know, drive it, kick the tires, take it around the block, you know, run it up to 100 miles an hour, however you want to do it. Use all the different aspects of the program, see how it works. And you simply go on the website and you click on the download button, and the software is yours. You try it for 15 days. Now, at the end of 15 days, if you don't fall totally in love with this software, if you don't feel safe and secure, if your computer hasn't sped up, If you don't think it's the best piece of software you've ever seen, simply do nothing, and you can uninstall the software. It stops working, and you can uninstall the software. If you like it, only at that point in time can you buy it. You can't pay for it before.
Oh, okay.
You have to try it before you buy it. So
Okay.
you have to try it for 15 days, and then at the end of the 15 days, then you can pay the $9.99 for it, and then it's yours. And there's no other costs. There's no other. Oh, we forgot to tell you that there's another part of the system. That's it. There's no other charges to it. Now, and one thing we did do in honor of your show tonight, we decided to do this tonight. Before, when you would click on our download button, you would give us your email address so we could register you with the system.
Right.
And as you and I talked about this earlier tonight, one of the things that everybody has run into on the internet, and it's a frustrating thing. Every time you go on the internet and somebody says, oh, this is free, that's free, try our free newsletter, subscribe to our free coupons, but they ask you for your email address in order to do that. Right. And we were doing the same thing. But, I get frustrated by that because we know that 99% of the people out there are going to sell your email address to somebody else. Now you're going to get 100 emails you never wanted. Right. We don't sell any emails. It doesn't go to anybody else. You will never get spammed from us. But we wanted to take that level of comfort, or we wanted to add that level of comfort for everybody. So we have eliminated the email. Wow. So when you click on our download button, you just get the software. So there's no credit card required, no financial information required, no personal information required, no email required. It is the most free piece of software you'll ever get on the internet. Wow.
And again, so it sounds to me like it's completely risk-free.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no expense, there's no shipping and handling, there's
nothing. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. All you do is enjoy it.
Right. Well, I'm enjoying it just listening to you talk about it. So I mean, this is because people need something that is going to protect them, and not charge them so much money that it's going to make it just a financial burden to use a computer. Right. I mean, the internet is supposed to be free, and you're supposed to get surf the net and do all these things, wonderful things, and there's so many dangers that have been profit. And I've always said on the show here that you need to make backups of your computer. These are all you need to do these things. You need to protect your system, and it's one of the things that we say and have been saying for years on Computer America. And what I really like is that that you're offering something to people that is obviously fairly easy to install. There's no risk involved, and when they finally decide to do it, it's going to cost them under $10 for a year to use this. I'm assuming that CyberSafePC, when updates occur and things occur, that they're notified, or is it in the cloud? Is it totally transparent to the user? How do updates happen with CyberSafePC?
That's one thing I'm glad you brought up, because one of the things I get frustrated with is that there's lots of different programs that I work with, and we add different apps on and things that maybe you download on the internet, and then you use it for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and they go, hey, we've got a new update, new version, maybe there's a new Windows operating system coming out, and so we've updated it to work with this because our old software is not going to work with the new version. So, and by the way, it's another $19.99 or $29.99 or $39.99 for the update. Okay, when you sign up for the $9.99 on CyberSafePC.com and you download it and now you own it, you never pay for an update. Okay, I don't care if it's a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years. The only thing is the $9.99 a year. You will never pay for an update, never pay for a new version. If a new version of Windows comes out, your system gets updated. You'll get notified of it. You download the update, and that's it. And it's so you're never ever going to be like, oh, they got me again. They got me again. Yeah. I'm saying we have tried to make this the most consumer friendly software program you'll ever see.
And how long has this been? How long have you been running this so far? I mean, how long has CyberSafePC been available?
This new offer just got kicked off. The software that we're using has been tested now in different versions for a number of years. I mean, there have been hundreds of thousands of downloads on it. And each time it's been improved on until we finally put together this new program under the CyberSafePC label. The company that we're involved with, and I'm very excited about that, this is an all U.S. based.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not thinking like, oh, well, all the money's going overseas.
Yeah.
All U.S. based. They are in fact, I'm sure you've watched the show on TV, Shark Tank.
Yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, one of my business associates, good friends, the fellow that actually brought me to Magic Jack, was Kevin Harrington. He's one of the original sharks that was on there. And Kevin and I were out in Las Vegas at one of our big industry shows, and he had seen the CyberSafePC program and gotten involved with the people. And he was the one that introduced me to them. And he said, look, this is the most incredible piece of software I've seen come on the market. And that company, the parent company that's been around, has been around for 17 years.
All right, so they're not newbies on the market. In other words,
no,
they've been around.
And that's one of the other reasons that we're able to get the price so low.
Yeah, Mel,
is that they have over 1 million clients that they do tech support for.
Wow, Mel, I went at the bottom of the hour break, so I want to continue into this and get more into the story. This is really interesting. So hang in there with us. You're listening to the Computer America Show on the Blog Talk Radio Network, on the Boost Radio Network, on the IRN Radio Network. Ben and I are talking to CyberSafePC, Mel Arthur. We're going to continue on with them right after the break. We have a News Tips Schools review by Marty Winston coming up as well. Stay tuned for more Computer America. Also, our show reminder winner of the week. Stay with us.
Hey everyone, have you heard about the No hair removal device that's sweeping the globe? If you want to go weeks without shaving and get smooth, professional quality results, here's our favorite host, Cheryl, for No hair removal.
Thanks. Hey gals, I love talking about my No. It's this cute little hair removal system that you can take with you and use almost anywhere at home or on the road. No more expensive in-office treatments, painful waxing, and no more wasting your valuable time. Got unwanted facial hair? No has patented thermocon technology that works on all hair and skin colors, so it's perfect for using on all body parts. And now you can take advantage of this incredible risk-free trial. Get the No, the facial kit, a travel case, and a $100 discount shopping card, and you don't risk a penny to try it. Try the incredible No hair completely risk-free. Call 1-800-953-5415. That's 800-953-5415. 800-953-5415.
Hi, this is Craig Crossman, host of the Computer America Show. You have important meetings to schedule. Your company's getting ready for its IPO, and you're in charge of the PTA fundraiser this month. So how do you coordinate everyone to be available at the same time? Are you still using emails, phone calls, even text messages to schedule meetings with a group of people? How's that working out for you? Not so great, huh? It's a fact that every day, millions of people suffer from scheduling headaches. Well, with Doodle, scheduling meetings with a group of people is quick and easy. With Doodle, you can easily propose available times to each member. Each one checks off the times that they're available, and then you simply pick the time that works best for the group, all in an easy-to-read display that integrates with your existing calendar. Nothing could be more simple. Give Doodle a try for free, and like millions of Doodle users, you'll truly see how easy it is to find the perfect date and time for all your meetings. That's www.doodle.com.
Oh, hey, you came back. This is Marty Winston with a News Tips Bulletin Review for Computer America, this time the BITS Tech Deck Cable Corral. BITS Limited has some very cool gap fillers for many of the hassles that, well, they confront even barely geek people. And this review is their Tech Deck Cable Corral, a bent wire wonder that keeps all kinds of cabling from running asunder. The steel wires create an open trough about 6 inches wide, 2 feet long, and 4 inches deep. with hardware that lets you mount its 4 extended top points underneath a desk or a shelf. With the open sides and slanted bails, you can run any needed mix of power, network, or AV cables, for example. Cables can easily enter or exit at any point along its run. The gear beneath, whether on a shelf or on the floor, stays in the clear, and you can line up several of these for longer runs, all without the bother of cable strapping.
Cool.
Bottom line, the Tech Deck Cable Corral from Bits Limited is a capable cable duct that keeps wiring nicely tucked. This is Marty Winston with a News Tips Bulletin Review for Computer America.
Thank you for that, Marty Winston. We are back with the Computer America Show. It is 30 minutes past the hour. We are talking to Mel Arthur for CyberSafePC. And, without getting too technical, most antivirus, or at least all antivirus, the way that they work is that they check known threats out there, and those are called definitions, and they check against the definitions for any kind of files, or maybe like a piece of code or a file saved on your computer, and it checks those known threats against the definitions of threats. So I guess my question, Mel, is who for CyberSafePC are providing these definitions? Who is actually sending the updates and sending the continuous stuff that makes people's computers safe?
What they're doing is we have a cloud-based program where we scour the world for all these definitions. And then all day long, every day, it's continually updating and looking for continuing definitions so we get the most up-to-date definitions that we can. And that's what prevents people from getting in there, because if your definitions are aren't updated properly, then you're never going to be protected 100%.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because
that's the advantage in it. What I started to talk about before the break is, a lot of times you'll find somebody that maybe have a small software company where they get going and they, hey, we developed a cool piece of software. This company has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps. They've got software developers, program developers, and they are doing, I can't mention the names of the two companies, but I would say the two largest PC retailers in America are their client to do tech support for them. And they do 100% tech support, all in English. They're doing tech support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And because of the staff, and they've been doing this for 17 years, so as I said, they have over 1 million clients. And because of the volume that they're doing, and because of the staff that they have, and because of the developers that they have online, that's how we were able to put together this package, which I think this is, I don't think there's a package like this in the world that's available, and especially at the price we're offering at it. There isn't anything even comes even close to this.
No, I have not heard of anything. So now, is the name of that company proprietary to CyberSafePC? I mean, is it a company that we would know, or who does this antivirus monitoring?
The company that does the antivirus, it's a proprietary company.
Got it. Okay.
As is everything here. So
sure.
Obviously, we don't disclose our sources that that we use, but the antivirus program is, and I will tell you something, and I'm not going to mention the other. I was using the nice thing about this 15-day free trial, because as I said, you drive this around the block, kick the tires, do whatever you want with it, run it up to 100 miles an hour, take it on cruise control. So I was using the program tonight on my system. And the nice thing about it is that you don't have to, you say like, well, if I have one of the other antivirus programs, I don't have to turn that off. I can keep them both on at the same time, because they'll both work together. So as a little experiment, I had one of the major, and I'm not going to mention the name of the company,
sure,
one of the major antivirus programs that you can spend $30, $40, $50 or more per year for. And then I ran our program and our anti-malware program, and I had just previously gotten a message that said, hey, everything's okay on your system. Well, then I ran CyberSafePC, and I got 31 threats that were on the system that had not been picked up.
Wow. Wow.
So
Pretty good catch.
that's why I think what we have is, without question, that there just isn't another package around like that. You may be sitting there with your system and you may be saying, oh, okay, I don't have any viruses, but you may have 30, 40, 50 malware threats that are not getting picked up.
Wow. And again, this all happens.
And real quick, that's kind of the point of why there are so many different antivirus programs out there. It's not just a one-size-fits-all. Depending on where you're getting your updates from, depending on where it scans, how efficient it is, how much of the resources your computer uses, all these little things add up to a completely different product for each antivirus. Like, they all do the same task, but they all do it in a very different and very impactful way.
Well, and one of the reasons I think that this program is so much stronger, that what they've developed is so much stronger. Their main business is tech support and virus removal for customers. Okay, so when you have 1 million customers out there and you are working, it's not like, as I said, it's not like a software company that's sitting around and they've got 3 or 4 developers sitting around in an office and they're saying, well, let's put this out there and let's see how it works. Their main business day to day is dealing with 1 million PC users that are experiencing problems on their system, whether it's hardware problems, technical problems, user problems, antivirus problems, and they go in and they actually take control of your system and they remove the viruses, and they use these specialized software packages that are utilized to remove that, and that's why we include that, one of those packages, with our system. It's the same program that the professionals use to remove viruses. That's what you get with CyberSafePC. And nobody else is offering that right now, and nobody else is offering it at $9.99 a year. You could scour the internet, you could go to every part of the world, and you're not going to see anything at that price.
No, I would completely agree with you there. So how long did it take you to put all this into place, Mel, getting this up and running? I understand the technology behind it, through this other company, was there, but you're crafting and putting it together and making this really interesting offer. How long did it take you to get everything put into place? When did you start doing this?
We started doing this I'll take it back. They've been working on this for the past couple of years. They've developed the program, and the forerunner of the program has sold in retail and on TV and on the shopping channels for $79.95 a year.
Okay.
I mean, that's been so they kept developing it. Then when we got together, we were trying to take it to the next step, really pushing the cyber identity theft portion of it. All these other things are great, but it's good to have antivirus software. It's good to have a hardware monitor. It's good to have a clean PC. But if someone's stealing your keystrokes, if someone's watching you on your camera, if someone's listening to every word that you say on your microphone, you've got a major problem. One of the gentlemen that we have on the website, his name is Jimmy. He's a friend of mine that I met playing golf one day. We got talking about this product, and he said to me, Mel, he said, you have no idea what it's like. He said, I got my identity stolen 3 years ago. They got a hold of my tax returns, everything to do with the Internal Revenue. They were getting refunds under my name. He said it took me 3 years. It was an absolute nightmare because somebody got a hold of my identity. So people just don't have any idea the threat that is involved with this cyber identity theft. And these companies, these people sit in cyber cafes and internet cafes across the world, and they're pinging computers anywhere and everywhere that they can get in and trying to download keylogging software and get into your web camera. And I'm telling you, this is the next war. This is the next terrorism. It's cyber terrorism. And the people in this country have to protect themselves. And to me, this is the only best and least expensive way and the best piece of software that you could do it with.
Well, you know what it sounds like to me, Mel, is that you have crafted a way for the average person who, just wants to get on, use their computer. Because let's face it, today computers are appliances. They're not. You don't even think of them as computers anymore. We use our
Right.
computers every day. It's like the toaster and the refrigerator and the washing machine.
Exactly.
It's an appliance. I can't even think the last time I actually used the Yellow Pages when I looked up a phone number. When I look up a phone
Right.
number, I just go to my computer and look it up.
But you still have the book, don't you?
No, actually, I threw it away.
No.
But the computer is really becoming an everyday appliance, and it sounds to me like you're for that everyday appliance, you're coming up with an everyday product that is going to protect them in such a way that they don't that it doesn't really put it kind of fits into that lifestyle. I understand if you're you're a computer person, you're a programmer, and you're doing it, and you're doing all this for your business, you're working on it, and you're in the nitty gritty. Well, okay, maybe you might have something else that you're using, but for the average person, for most everybody today, who just doesn't want to be bothered with it, just wants to get on and do what it is they need to do and not worry about any hassles or have to worry about hassles, it sounds to me like you've crafted together a product that it really is going to fit the bill for most everybody out there who needs this type of thing.
Well, that's a great point, Craig. It's those of us who go back into the computer, and I go back actually into the computer industry to 1970, when we used to write programs in ones and zeros, and I used to work for Honeywell, and the computer was a computer that had 16K of memory, not 16 megabytes or 16 gigabytes, 16K, which is like the amount of data you have in an email, would sell for $1 million.
Right, exactly.
And as the Windows system has gotten more and more improved, it's pretty automatic, so that the average user can go out there and use the computer and not really wonder about what's going on in the background, what's going on in the foreground. I don't need really to know anything about programming. So we wanted to make this system, dumb it down for everybody, that you don't have to do anything. You just click on download, it downloads itself. You click on install, it installs itself, and then it goes, hello, and you get this beautiful screen that comes up and dashboard, and you just click on the system and tell it what to do, and then it just goes ahead and does everything for you in the background. You can go ahead and do whatever you want to do in the meantime, and it's doing everything in the background while you're checking your email, looking at your photographs, and doing everything else that you have to do in the course of the day on the computer, which right now for most of us is everything.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. If you had to be a mechanic to drive a car, most of us would be taking the bus, right? So
exactly.
And you don't have to be a mechanic to drive a car, and you shouldn't have to be a mechanic to operate your computer or have a computer science degree in order to productively use your computer. It's an appliance. It's an everyday thing. People have them in their kitchens. They have them, and the kids in their bedrooms. And you just want to feel that it's not a portal for bad things to come into your home. You don't want to be a vector for bad things to come into your home. And CyberSafePC does it. It keeps your as it says, your computer safe. And for $10 a year, and you don't have to really do anything more. You download it, you put it in, and you're up and running, and you can feel confident and secure in knowing that that CyberSafePC is going to be ever vigilant to watch over your computer and your precious information, so it won't get stolen or misused or I think that you should be applauded for something like this. I mean, we've needed something like this for quite some time, and but the most antivirus products, I think they're $60, $70. So to do this for $10 a year, it's unprecedented, and I think that it's a terrific value. I really do.
Well, we appreciate that, and of course the antivirus is just one portion of the system, because you get the 5 different programs. You get the cyber identity theft protection, you get the antivirus, you get the antivirus removal, the PC cleaner, and the hardware monitor. So if you bought everything separately, you'd spend maybe $130, $140 a year for subscriptions. But you brought up I think, one of the most important points that most people don't realize today, because you talked about it as a portal in your home.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, when we would come home, you walk into the house, and the first thing you would do is you would turn around and you would lock the door.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You lock your door, and you know what? I'm safe. Now I'm going to sit down on my computer. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. But that computer has now become the second front door or a back door into your house that's totally unprotected.
Yeah.
And now people are stealing your information. They're video recording what you're doing through your web camera, watching every single thing that you can do in your house. They're listening to your most private conversations, and there's nothing the average person can do about it. And that was why CyberSafePC was born. It was born to be that first line of protection for you to make sure that you are now totally safe and secure in your home.
Wow. Okay. Well, again, I think it's a great idea, and I'm glad that you started. And again, you people know of your past efforts, with as seen on TV and the Magic Jack and everything. So obviously, you're taking a similar approach as you did with those products with this new product, and I think that it's going to do extremely well for you.
By the way, are you going to do all the TV advertising like you did with Magic Jack? Because that thing was on every other commercial.
Well, you're actually probably going to see us that way too. A lot of it's going to depend upon our friends out there in the public. We're going to do a lot of TV. We're going to hope that people, by word of mouth, once they use the product, they're gonna really, after they install it, hopefully they'll tell their friends about it, because again, it's a complete 15-day free trial. You got nothing to worry about. It's totally safe. It's McAfee secure. You can see that on the website when you come on there. We are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. There's no credit card required. There's no financial information required. There's no personal information required. There's no email address required. It's absolutely as free as people can get, and they can try it for 15 days, absolutely free, the full-blown product, just to see how really, really good it is. And then hopefully they're going to tell all their friends and neighbors about it, how good it is. And then, of course, we just started our TV campaign, and hopefully you're going to see it on every TV network soon, just like you saw with Magic Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Because let's face it, you got to get the word out there, and we're going to try to help you do that, at least on this one show, and get the word out. And again, the website is cybersafepc.com, cybersafepc.com, or you can go to computeramerica.com. You go to computeramerica.com and you click on our show notes button right there. You'll see today's show, which is January the 23rd, 2015, and you'll see the link. Well, you'll see the description of what we're doing on tonight's program, and you'll see the link to CyberSafePC right there on our show notes page as well. So, Mel, before we say goodnight, anything else that you want to let our listeners know about CyberSafePC and that we might not have mentioned in this hour?
And the only thing I would say to people out there is that if you don't take us up on this, and for whatever reason I can't really understand why anybody wouldn't want to at least try it, because it is free. Try and do something to protect yourself. You've got to understand that this is the war. I mean, it just frustrates me right now that the United States is the greatest place in the world to live. I mean, you cannot live in a better country than this, and I'm proud to be born here, proud to live here, and I'm proud that we have a company that's U.S. based, and we cater to everybody in the United States and in North America. But these people are attacking us in a way that to me is unconscionable. To attack us within the privacy of our own homes, you've got to do something to protect yourself from a virus standpoint, from a personal information standpoint. If you've ever had a chance, talk to somebody who's had their identity stolen. It is a nightmare. It takes years and years and years to get straightened out. I mean, look, you know how tough it is to get if they make a mistake with a refund from the IRS. That could take. Imagine if somebody steals your identity and then puts in a phony claim for a refund from the IRS, and you go file your tax return. I have another friend of mine that I know, Dave, that had that happen to. And I mean, again, he too. It's taken years to get straightened out. So you just can't imagine about all. You have to start changing bank accounts and changing credit cards and getting letters to people that no, that wasn't me. You know, where that bought all that stuff, and where they came in with I mean, people start phony checking accounts because they have the Social Security number.
Yeah.
They can try and steal your Social Security. So protect your family, protect your children, protect your grandchildren, your son, your daughter, their privacy. I mean, this is something for everybody in the family that they have to do, and join in the war against cyber terrorists.
Yes.
That's the important thing.
And most importantly, protect yourself, too. CyberSafePC.com. Check it out. Give it a try. 15 days free. You don't even have to give them your email, no credit card. Matter of fact, you can't buy it until you try it for 15 days. So, and then if you want
Which is honestly something I've never heard of. So, you know, kudos to that one.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of new things that I quite hadn't heard. Mel, listen, terrific idea. I wish you the best of luck with it. And I know that when you go to the website, you'll actually see you'll see more about it. You can see some of the details, and you even have some guy there on there mentioning it too. You quoted some guy who has a radio.
We
show.
quoted some handsome guy on there that we're honored to have. That you've had a chance to take a look at it and use it, and give it your stamp of approval from. And look, we're pretty proud of the fact that we've got you on our website. We've got Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank on our website. We've got testimonials from people, all over that have used it, that have tried it, that are excited about the software. And we want to, this is a grassroots thing. We want to get people by word of mouth, telling their friends, this is how you protect yourself.
There you go. Mel, thank you so much for being with us here tonight on the Computer America Show. Really appreciate you being on here and letting people know about this. And if for every even if you just save one computer, that's one more that you've
right.
saved. Yeah, exactly. You got to start. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, and certainly this is a great way to start. And again, it's so easy, so simple. Check it out, CyberSafePC. Mel Arthur, thank you so much for being with us here on Computer America tonight.
Craig, Ben, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
All right, sir.
You have a wonderful show.
Thank you, and you take care. Bye-bye.
You too, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, there you go. Again, CyberSafePC. You can see it at CyberSafePC.com or our show notes page at ComputerAmerica.com. Why don't we mix things up a little bit, and why don't we do our show reminder winner of the week in the first hour? What do you think?
Change. I don't know if I can handle that. That's crazy.
You think we should try it?
I
don't know.
Sounds dangerous.
I know. Well, do it. Let's go for it. Okay. All right. We're going to do our weekly show reminder in the first hour, and that winner is Robert Knapp. Robert Knapp, congratulations. Robert spells his last name K-N-A-P-P. Robert Knapp. You win the Logitech Wireless Rechargeable Touchpad T650. It's got embedded precision sensors and resistance to fingerprints and scratches. It is a glass touchpad with all the different Windows gestures built in. It's valued at $80. So congratulations to you, Robert Knapp, for being this week's show reminder winner. And again, just go to all our contests are up there. Just go to our homepage at ComputerAmerica.com. Go to the first pull-down menu. It says Interact, and you'll see it says Enter Contest. It'll take you to our contest page. And go to the show reminder, and it says Subscribe, the button, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to subscribe to our weekly email newsletter. It's completely free. It is completely private. We give this information out to no one, okay? And then every Monday morning, first it'll send you a confirmation email. You have to reply to that to make sure that it's you who wants to get the show reminder and not some bot. And then once you've done that, every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, you'll get our weekly email newsletter, the show reminder. It's the only publication in the universe that tells you who's going to be on the show for the entire week. Really, it's all in there. And plus, we'll have your name if you were the winner. You'll have the winning name in there as well. And every Friday, from that list of names, subscriber names, we draw a winning name to win the Logitech T60 rechargeable glass touchpad, just like Robert Knapp did. Okay, so congratulations to him. And who knows, we might be calling your name out next week. And while you're there, subscribe to all our contests. Our Logitech contest is up right now. We've got third, second, and grand prize. 3 different prizes. The grand prize being the Logitech X300 mobile wireless stereo speaker system. Beautiful. It fits in the palm of your hand. About at $70. And it comes in 4 different colors. You get to pick the color if you win. We also have the Logitech G400S optical gaming mouse as the second prize, at $60. And the third place prize is the Logitech HD webcam C310 at $50. And also, you can now enter in the contest directly from the page. No more emails. Just the entry form is right there. You just fill it in, click the submit button, and you're done. And you have your entry in. It's just that simple. The current contest began this past week on Monday, last Monday. It'll go through February the 27th, Friday, at 12 a.m. midnight Eastern Time. We'll shut the contest down, and then over the weekend we'll draw the 3 winning names. And on Monday, March the 2nd, we'll announce another 3 winners to win this contest. So, just go to the contest page, enter in all of our contests. They're a lot of fun. We also have our Twitter. You can follow along on our Facebook page. You can like that too. All the different things you can do there. And enter in all of our contests. You'll have a lot of fun doing so. And who knows, you might win something really, really nice. Okay. Some of the news stories are going to be coming up in the next hour. Microsoft now says not all Lumia phones are going to receive a Windows 10 update. Huh?
Lumia, not Lumina.
Lumia, exactly. And also, pricing for a 240 gigabyte solid-state drive could fall to $70 for a 240 gig solid-state drive.
It's pretty good.
That's cool. We're going to be some of the stories we're going to be talking about. And Google Schmidt predicts the end of the internet as you know it. Whoa, what's that?
The end of the world.
Ominous. We've got lots more coming up here on Computer America. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting live. It's the only national radio talk show on computers to air every weeknight. Computer America. Hosted by national columnist Craig Crossman. The first hour's behind us, but there's still more of tech news, tech talk, and your phone calls. We're being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. You got computer problems? Bring them on. You're listening to Computer America. Computers run the world, and we run computers. Call us or send us an email to live@computeramerica.com.
Hello and welcome into Hour 2 of the nation's longest-running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. This is the Computer America Show, and I'm your host, Craig Crossman.
And I am your co-host, Ben.
So what do you, that CyberSafePC, pretty darn interesting, huh?
Yeah, no, computer security is one of those bongos that we beat every day on the show, as well as backup,
yeah,
and that kind of thing. It's right hand in hand. You should do both.
Yeah, and really, if you're looking for an inexpensive way to protect your computer, for less than $10 a year, $9.99 a year, I think it's certainly a value that you should check into. They make a really good deal, and I don't see any other way of doing it so inexpensively, protecting your system. So check it out, CyberSafePC. And they came on the show to let you know about it, and we just wanted to make sure that you heard about it too. It's brand new and something that you should look into. So, Ben.
Yes, Greg.
we broke protocol, and we actually announced our show reminder winner of the week, Robert Knapp, in the first hour.
We did. That was weird.
It was weird, but sometimes
people who actually still break up our show into 2 segments, because normally everyone knows you have to wait to the second segment. So if you didn't just say Robert Knapp right there, people listening for the second segment, hoping to hear their name,
yeah,
they would have known.
They would have known. That's it, exactly. Well, we have a lot of interesting news stories that we're going to do in this hour, so why don't we get to it?
All right.
All right. Tonight's Computer and Technology News is brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. You can visit them at slimwareutilities.com to clean, speed up, and optimize your Windows system for
Free.
For free, exactly.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, you are getting better. That's true. Everything at the slimwareutilities.com website is completely free. We use Slimware Utilities here at the Crossman household. It is a wonderful product. It is completely free. There are no hidden charges, no upgrades, and none of that. Everything is completely free at slimwareutilities.com. So my suggestion to you is to go there and download everything, all their products, their backup software, everything that they have. And the rec image is wonderful. Just download them all, keep them, use them, and you're going to eventually need them. And when you do, you'll be happy that you did that, and you'll thank us for it. SlimwareUtilities.com, bringing you the computer and technology news. So this first story from Maximum PC, Paul Lilly, he says that Microsoft now saying that not all Lumia phones will receive Windows 10 update. There's a lot of buzz and excitement surrounding Windows 10 at the moment. I know because we've been talking about all the cool things that they just unveiled at the Microsoft conference there.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is understandable since Microsoft just finished revealing a bunch of extra details at a scheduled press event this past Monday. However, if you direct your attention to Microsoft's Lumia Conversations blog, there's a bit of a buzzkill for Windows Phone owners. Specifically, Microsoft said that not all Lumia Phone Windows Phone 8 devices will see an upgrade to Windows 10, even though it previously said that they would. Now they say we're making it as easy as possible to get Windows 10. Windows 10 has been designed to run well on Lumia's phones. Like any upgrade to a new platform, not every phone will upgrade or support all Windows 10 features, and certain features and experiences will require more advanced future hardware. So basically, what they're saying here is they didn't anticipate or something that some of these Lumia phones just don't have the hardware to do everything that Windows 10 is going to be.
I'm sure we've all run into this ourselves. Your hardware does not meet the software specifications.
Right. Now there will be Windows 10 upgrades for all Windows Phone devices, and will we release new Windows 10 models in the future? They will. Okay, so they will, but it's not clear which devices won't see an upgrade to Windows 10. Only that some won't make the cut. And PC goes on to say that's disappointing both because Microsoft set a contrary expectation 2 months ago, and also because this isn't the first time owners of older Windows phones have been left behind when a new OS came out. This is you're an early adopter. This is some of the risks that you take. You buy an older piece of equipment, and when they come up with a new something new for that they're going to announce, don't be surprised that your older phone might not work with it. It looks like it's primarily going to be the older Lumia phones, some of the older ones, but certainly none of the newer ones.
Yeah, I won't lie, I got a little chortle out of the fact that all Windows phones will be eligible. It's almost as if they knew something was coming. But other than that, though, yeah, it seems like older, just their hardware specs aren't up to par, and therefore, what you gonna do?
I remember when I bought my very first iPhone, the iPhone 1, the very first one, and then they kept coming up with updates and new, and basically you can't do anything with it. It's in the drawer. It's a dead weight. You can't use it. Technology moves on. You're going to have to expect that when you buy something, it's going to last you for maybe 2 years, 3, and then it's going to start going by the wayside because newer technology. It's just the way of the world with technology.
That's why early adopters, they have to enjoy the time that they get. Enjoy being cutting edge, because that ain't gonna last forever.
No, I guess it won't. It's just the way.
Like when we got that TV, it was like a projection TV.
Yes.
That thing was spiffy when it first came out.
Oh yeah, the Sony that we got.
Yeah, but now
Yeah.
that thing is a tank in the living room. It is just huge,
Yeah.
monstrous, and unwieldy compared to today's LCDs, what have you, LEDs.
This is very true. Although I have to say that it still does high definition. It's still a high definition TV.
Technically high definition, 720.
Yes, it's still high def. But when that thing came out, boy, that was bleeding edge. But you know, it's had its run.
I feel like high definition should just follow what is most current. So technically, like I wouldn't even consider that high definition because 4K is coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I would consider 1080p, 1080i high definition. Like that'd be the cutoff, and then anything above that, and then like high definition would be a moving benchmark and not just a goal, which all 720p devices meet. But you know, that's just me.
There's 420 also, and 2 something too. There's they're really low, but they were still considered high definition when they first came out.
I think the term high definition should be a moving bar.
It is, and it is. I think it is pretty much. 1080i, 1080p really is probably the minimum now that you want to go for high definition.
Yeah.
These days.
Although now they're trying to the marketing wizards are trying to push the term ultra high definition or UHD.
Yep, ultra, exactly, rather than 4K.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, well, that was the story from Maximum PC. You guys, why don't you pick something else?
All right. Here's one that I didn't actually send to Craig, but I thought it was pretty funny and pretty cute. Tinder. Craig, do you know what Tinder is?
Tinder. It sounds like something you put in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Tinder, for anyone who is not of Craig's age, or I'm sorry, who is of Craig's age, it's what the kids are doing. It's all the crazy kids. It's an app on your phone, and it helps you find dates.
Oh, really?
It's a dating app. So how it basically works is it finds everyone within a certain radius of you, and that could be 5 miles, 25 miles, 50 miles, 500 miles, what have you. And then it shows you their profile, and then you can just as easily, it shows you the picture, and then you can easily swipe left if you don't like them, or you can swipe right if you do like them. And then if both of you match, it tells you, and then you start talking, and then you set up a date.
What
happens?
It's
very much like a window shopping through all the girls in your area.
I'm doing it. I'm looking at it right now here, and it's very cool. But what if you mess up and you go left and you meant to go right?
You can. Well, here's the thing. If you accidentally dislike someone instead of liking them, you can actually undo that. Although if you like someone and you didn't mean to, you might be in for a little bit of an awkward conversation.
Well, here's the thing. Only Tinder Plus subscribers can undo a swipe.
Yes, there is a freemium model, but I don't know many people who actually use it. So there are certain features that come with.
So you can undo. The only way you can undo a swipe is get the premium. You can also change your location and match with people around the world with Tinder Plus. But if you just have Tinder and you go the wrong way, sorry, that person's out of your life.
Yeah, but the Tinder app itself is not the story.
No. What's the story?
The story is Tinder makes its first match in Antarctica.
Ooh, okay.
That desolate place, Antarctica. So on a lonely December night in Antarctica's McMurdo Station, an American scientist conducting research there decided to log onto Tinder just for fun. He'd been using the mobile dating app in the States for a few months and wanted to see if there were any available women out in the loveless tundra. At first, no profile showed up. But then he expanded the app's location radius. He found someone, another researcher, who working at a deep field camp at a 45-minute helicopter ride away from the base station. He swiped right, indicating his interest, and a few minutes later, they matched. So that means she also swiped right.
Yeah.
Quote, she was actually in her tent in the dry valleys when we matched. She was quite literally camping in Antarctica, went on Tinder and found me. It's mind-blowing. So although Tinder doesn't keep statistics on its users in Antarctica, the company agreed that this was probably the first match on the continent. It's also likely to be the only one, at least this year. The McMurdo scientist tells the cut that while he initially thought Tinder might be a fun way to spice up to spice up Antarctica's insular end of the world hookup scene, budget cuts and last fall's government shutdown have decimated the dating pool. Cool. I was really excited for the silliness of Tinder down here, but there are 200 fewer scientists than there would have been right now because of the shutdown. How's that for unintended consequences? Hear that? The government shutdown caused the dating scene in Antarctica to just bottom out.
The tank. Exactly.
To tank. So he says that I have yet to become the first Tinder hookup in. I have yet to become the first Tinder hookup in Antarctic history, but she will actually be coming back, and we may overlap. There's still hope. So
there is.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. It's just the odds that two people will be so bored on their smartphones to pull it out and actually find each other
in Antarctica.
In Antarctica. The odds.
The odds. Yes, what are the odds? Well, there you go. Love holds no bounds. Maximum PC. Here's an interesting story that you do have. This we kind of teased this. Paul Lilly, pricing for a 240 gigabyte solid state drive could fall to $70 this year. Wow. Now, solid state drives may never reach the tantalizing price per gigabyte ratio that mechanical hard drives enjoy. That's probably true, though. That's okay. We're willing to pay a premium for performance. However, that premium might not be finished shrinking. We already saw NAND flash memory prices take a nosedive, which in turn led to more affordable SSDs. And now we hear that the cost of SSDs could drop even lower this year. I wonder if this is related to gas prices.
No.
According to Digitimes, a Packer Technology general manager believes prices for 256 gig solid-state drives will be below $70 in the second half of 2015, while prices for 128 gig drives will hit $40. At present, 256 gig sell for around $100. There's an app-top model, a Newegg, that's priced and sell for $90. Okay. The reason for the predicted drop in price once again relates to NAND flash memory.
Not gas prices.
Yes, not gas prices. Upstream chip vendors have transitioned from 14 nanometers, 15 nanometers, and 16 nanometers. In doing so, production costs have come down. According to this fellow here, he says that this will lead to lower price solid-state drives. As for a Packer, is it a Packer or a Pacer?
Probably a Pacer.
The Pacer. The company shipped about 4 million solid-state drives in 2014, accounting for 30% of its more than $318 million in revenue. Wow.
Yeah, so it seems like solid-state drives, they're becoming a larger part of these companies' revenue. That's good because that means they're selling more and sending more out. Hard drives are probably still outselling them, though, because of the higher capacity. And why wouldn't you, really, in all honesty, if you have a traditional desktop, why wouldn't you have both a solid-state and a traditional hard drive?
I agree. I mean, I would use
storage, one for speed.
You can get 4 terabyte drives now for about $100. 4 terabytes for about $100.
Oh yeah.
So sure. I mean, go for the solid state for the fast boots. Fast boot up, getting everything up. That's what it's for. And then for your data storage, write it out to the, to the standard mechanical drive. That should be the way, I would think. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
So yeah, I guess if you were looking to buy solid state or invest in solid state, if you can wait, sometime this year, prices are falling.
Boom.
Yay! Anyways, this one also from Maxim PC, I thought it was rather intriguing because it has a pretty high chance of happening. And that being the article, Paul Lilly, Google Schmidt predicts the end of the internet as you know it, which is why I was thinking the end of the world as we know it, but I guess no one picked up on that. So Eric Schmidt from Google says the internet will disappear. Could you imagine if the suits in charge of Google one day decided that enough was enough and pulled the plug on all the company services, like Gmail and Search? While it wouldn't be the end of the internet, it would certainly be a major inconvenience for many. You'd have to start using Bing. My God. Crazy. Anyways, so however, that's
Wait, wait,
not...
wait. Have you ever used Bing?
Yes.
Do you like it?
It's not bad.
Bing. That's what goes Bing. That's
Yep.
it. Yeah. What? Just as an aside from this article, what about Bing did you like that would? Why would you use Bing if not using Google? I mean, what motivated you to use it?
Honestly, misclick, but...
A misclick.
Well, misclick, and also, let's face it, Greg, you and I, well, you are a member of the press. I don't know what I am at this point.
Yeah.
Probably some kind of parasitic leech of the press, and therefore I feel the need to use all technologies as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I've used Bing for research purposes.
Okay. Have you found the information you've gotten from Bing to be any better or different?
I've actually, there was actually a story we did a while ago about Bing copying Google's search results.
Ooh, that's like that.
So that, well, I mean, if you wanted search results and you were going to compare the two, they'd be the same. So if you think Google's good, ipso facto, Bing's good.
Okay.
So it's Microsoft's really pushing it. I guess it can stick around. It's not bad for the Xbox 360. Of course, I've just been using Google since the late 90s, early 2000s, so it's been hardwired into my brain. I've been using it for over 60% of my lifespan. It's just there might literally be some kind of medical condition where I prefer Google over Bing. But I don't see anything wrong with using one or the other. There's no reason to take up arms against our Bing using brothers.
Not at all. So what's Eric Schmidt talking about?
Eric Schmidt, however, that's not what Google Eric Schmidt meant when he recently predicted that the internet would disappear. So what was he talking about? Schmidt was asked at the end of a panel at the World Economics Forum in Davos, Switzerland, about his prediction for the future of the web. He said, quote, "I will answer very simply that the internet will disappear. There will be so many IP addresses, so many devices, sensors, things that you are wearing, things that you are interacting with, that you won't even sense it. It will be part of your presence at all times."
It'll become the Matrix.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
He's really talking about the evolution of the internet. He gives a somewhat vague example of walking into a room, and with your permission and all that, you are interacting with things going on in the room. Maybe you'll be wearing a HoloLens, or perhaps your room will be filled with Internet of Things devices. Either way, Schmidt essentially sees the internet becoming less of a conscious thing, though we think that will go right out the window the first time your ISP suffers an outage. That would be awful. Schmidt also sees a great opportunity for tech firms to take advantage of the changing landscape, though he doesn't believe it will come at the expense of jobs. To the contrary, Schmidt said that for every job created in the tech sector, there will be 7 non-technology jobs that open up. That's a comforting prediction.
Yes, it is.
So apparently it was again at the World Economics Forum in Davos, Switzerland. 1 hour discussion with him. So I thought it would, to get at the heart of his point, what he's saying is the internet will disappear, but it will become just so ubiquitous, so commonplace in everything you touch, in every piece of technology in your house, that you will no longer think of it as the internet. It is just, that is what it does. You don't think of, like, you don't call your appliances in your kitchen electronic appliances. You don't say, oh yeah, that's an electronic toaster, or that's an electronic coffee maker. Electricity is just naturally in them. That's what runs them, that's how they work, and that's what they need to work properly. So I guess he's feeling the internet's going to be the same way. You don't say that's an internet-connected device, this has internet connectivity, this is wireless enabled. At some point, we're going to cross a line where everything, naturally, of course, is going to have internet in it.
Uh-huh. I think you're right. And it goes along the lines of what I was saying, that your computer is becoming an appliance.
Not quite.
No, but I'm
No,
saying.
wrong analogy. It's not that your computer is becoming an appliance. It's that all of your appliances are becoming computers.
Okay. Yeah. But
That's what he's getting at.
yeah, basically, and you won't notice it. It'll just be there. Unless of course the internet shuts down.
You walk into a room and, I don't know, maybe your television is continuously scanning or knows your whereabouts thanks to geolocation. As soon as you enter the room, it will turn itself on, flip itself to whatever program you're recording, and then the coffee maker turns on, and then the dishwasher starts up because you have it on a schedule. It's just all these things will have internet connectivity, and you'll just be walking around not actually interacting with it, but it will be either through data mining, just collecting all of the data that you go through every day. Maybe you open your fridge 3 times every hour, and your fridge knows, okay, well, he's going to want this, this, and this, so let's put this in the front. He usually eats this. The Internet of Things is going to change dramatically how houses are, how pretty much everything in a house, how everything that we interact with, really, between cars, appliances, kitchens, bedrooms. The Internet of Things is, as Eric Schmidt is pointing out, is going to change everything, and at some point we're just going to say, all right, there's no internet. If internet is everywhere, then we can't say the internet is nowhere. So
yeah,
the internet will disappear because it will be everywhere.
Okay,
is what he's saying, which is a good prediction.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is too. Okay.
Leave it to someone from Google to have his head in the clouds.
Why not? Now, this next story here from Engadget. Google reveals Mac security holes before Apple's fix is ready. Why would they do that?
Well, the easiest way to draw attention to something is to tell everyone.
Yeah, well, Microsoft isn't the only big tech firm grappling with surprise security flaw disclosures these days. Evidently, Google's Project Zero security unit revealed at least 2 unpatched vulnerabilities in OS X. Yosemite appears to have mitigated a 3rd that theoretically help attackers take control of your Mac. Google says that it privately notified Apple about the holes back in October, but automatically published the details after Project Zero's usual 90-day cutoff period. Apple's usual policy is to decline comment on exploits like this until it has a solution. However, relief is at least relatively close. iMore reports that an upcoming Yosemite update, which is 10.10.2, is expected to tackle these flaws. The main question is whether or not Apple can deliver its fix before malware writers find a way to use those bugs for sinister purposes. So there you go.
So was Google within their right to release these things, or were they trying to mess with Apple in some way?
I don't think they were trying to mess with Apple. They just followed the usual 90-day cutoff period, and Apple just kind of got caught in the clenches.
I guess, well, Apple probably jumped on it real quick then as soon as the vulnerabilities were known to everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it said as soon as they found them, they reported them to Apple and then give them 90 days to fix it, and then they release them.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
Okay, so this next story.
Yes.
Here's something you didn't know about Twitter. Maybe one reason why you want to avoid Twitter.
Uh-huh.
It can tell when you have heart disease.
Ooh, that sounds ominous.
Oh yeah, very much so. So Twitter can predict almost anything, including your risk of getting heart disease. Heart disease is the umbrella term for problems associated with plaque buildup in arteries that can lead to heart attack or stroke. Very serious.
Yeah.
It's the leading cause of death worldwide, and a team led by psychologists at the University of Pennsylvania was looking for a better and cheaper way to predict who's at the highest risk for heart disease. So they turned to Twitter, of course, analyzing 148 million tweets across 1,347 U.S. counties, looking for signs of negative language. Then they compared the distribution of negative tweets to the distribution of heart disease mortality rates from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. And it turned out that the two maps matched up pretty closely.
Okay.
The researchers found that Twitter users who frequently posted about negative emotions, stress, or lack of sleep were at higher risk for heart disease, according to the CDC's map. Those who posted more positively had markedly less risk of the illness. I guess what this article is pointing at is if you're taking to Twitter to bellyache, knock it off. Be happy.
Yeah.
It'll save your life. So it says here that one of the interesting things that the research noted is the discrepancy in age between those who tweet and those who have heart disease. The median age of a Twitter user is about 35, while people with heart disease are generally in their 60s. The researchers suggested that although the information wasn't directly coming from the most at risk for heart disease, it was indicative of the community's overall environment. The team hopes public health officials can use the information to pinpoint which communities need the most help when it comes to preventing heart disease.
Okay. Well, a good use for Twitter, huh?
It's one of those uses of data. When you have so much data, sites like Facebook, Google, Twitter, all these huge sites that you keep hearing about, they collect all the data they can. And then they sell them to advertisers and things like that. But one of the nice side effects, which even we had Intel on talking about it, is when you have so much data, you can correlate it and then you can actually analyze it in a way that helps people.
Wow.
So this is just one of those ways of, I guarantee you, Twitter just collected that kind of data just so they could sell them to their advertisers. Instead, it's being used by scientists, and it shows, well, yeah, if you're in this area and you're tweeting about a bad night's sleep, you might want to go to the doctor.
All right. Well, you're listening to the Computer America Show on the Blog Talk Radio Network, on the Boost Radio Network, and the IRN Radio Network. Ben and I are doing computer technology news, brought to you by Slimware Utilities. We're going to take a break, and then we'll continue on with lots more stories coming up here on the Computer America Show. Looking for a best friend? Brother Wolf Animal Rescue has your best friend waiting just for you. The mission is to protect and enhance the lives of companion animals and the people who love them. Their no-kill rescue shelter is open year-round, making it easy for people to adopt their best new friend. This year, Brother Wolf will find homes for over 2,400 orphan dogs, puppies, cats, and kittens. All have ended up as an orphan through no fault of their own. Brother Wolf has created a safe, nurturing environment where these special animals can heal emotionally and physically until they find a lifelong home. Their life-saving transport program brings dogs and puppies from overcrowded shelters in the south to rescues in the north where homes are easier to find. Brother Wolf Animal Rescue is a 501c3 organization. To learn more about their life-saving work and to make a donation, visit their website at www.bwar.org. That's www.bwar.org. Help to realize Brother Wolf's vision when no animal is euthanized for lack of a home.
Who's a good boy?
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number. 1-866-663-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So, disable the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV right now to sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and up to 4 rooms. And there's no equipment to buy. That includes your free HD TV upgrade, your free DVR upgrade, and your free professional installation. And the best part, the pristine digital picture and sound. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. So, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV. Disable the cable, cut costs, and get more. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV.
Aw, hello. This is Marty Winston with a News Tips Bulletin Review for Computer America. This time, the Acer XB280HK 4K 2K monitor. The first 4K display we got in for review is a 28-inch Acer XB280HK 4K 2K monitor. It's 3840 by 2160 pixels. A lot more pixels than you're likely to be looking at now. It's designed specifically for gamers. Later on, we'll review the lush NVIDIA graphics card it takes to drive it over a DisplayPort cable. Our judgment on picture quality begins, you don't anticipate this, with a magnifying glass. And we were impressed with the high ratio of active area per pixel, meaning the pixels are closely spaced for a better image tableau. When driven by a PC, NVIDIA G-Sync matches the GPU graphic processor speed to the screen refresh rate, and we note that the display is rated to 144 Hz refresh. Compare that to 60 Hz or 30 Hz for what you're used to watching on TV, with a 1 millisecond response time. Bottom line, while the 28-inch Acer XB280HK 4K 2K monitor is great for gaming, it's also an asset to legibility for everyday computing, especially with multiple window multitasking going on. We even urge users to consider biting a second bullet and working doubly productively with a pair of these. This is Marty Winston with a News Tips Bulletin Review for Computer America.
Welcome back to the Computer America Show. 33 minutes past the hour. That was Marty Winston with a News Tip Bulletin Review. That will be the last time, unless you go back to our archives and listen to these shows this week. That will be the last time you hear that particular one, as well as the one for last hour. I believe, Craig, that we have 2 new ones lined up for us next week?
Yes, we have 2 brand new News Test Bulletin Review coming up next week. Yes, exactly.
2 brand new new ones next week, huh? That's awesome.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so we're doing computer technology news brought to you by Slimmer Utilities. And Craig, I believe it was your turn to pick one of these great stories.
Yeah, well, evidently, Travelocity has been out there for a long time. Expedia is buying Travelocity. Yeah, Expedia bought Travelocity, but they're saying don't expect.
Did I ever say that was the best form of marketing I had ever seen?
Why? .com?
Every company out there with a website has a .com.
Yes, it does.
We have a .com. Computer America has a .com.
.com.
Google has a .com.
.com.
AOL has a .com. Everyone has a .com. And yet, when you say .com, when you say that, one website pops up in your mind.
Travelocity.
Out of the Expedia. Jeez. Never mind. Go ahead. Forget it.
So how much does it cost to buy one of the biggest brands in online travel? Well, only about $280 million, as it turns out. That's how much Expedia paid in cash to acquire Travelocity today from its parent company, Sabre Corporation. So what does that mean for you, the average vacation-loving consumer? Right? Well, we reached out to Expedia to clarify matters. Their spokesperson didn't offer much in the way of new info, but don't expect things to change dramatically, if they change at all. Thing is, Expedia already owns a slew of other big-name travel sites. Think Hotels.com, Hotwire, and Trivago. I just saw an ad for them just last night, Trivago, all of which started off as independent companies before being snapped up by the former Microsoft company. In case you don't feel like searching, yes, all of those sites still exist and still offer flight and hotel deals to people in search of their next big sojourn. The events that led to today's announcement were set into motion back in 2013 when Expedia and Travelocity cooked up a deal that basically saw the former offer its travel platform to be painted over in the latter's colors and served up to Travelocity customers. In other words, the lines between Travelocity and Expedia have been pretty blurry for the past year and change anyway. It was basically just for Expedia to tap into its rival's pool of loyal customers. And if you don't like the idea of giving your money to a veritable travel juggernaut, well, mainstay travel companies Orbitz and TripAdvisor join upstarts like Hipmunk, Kayak, and Hitlist as worthy players that have so far escaped Expedia's clutches. Let's see how long they hold out. Okay.
No, really, that's kind of depressing. Where you go to another company because you want to see you're being the responsible consumer. You're
Yeah.
price checking. You're going around to their competitors and you're saying who has the best price.
Hmm.
But in reality, all they did was they purchased the company, left the website up, left the domain up, and just uh, served you the same results.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you think, oh, okay, well, I guess I can go with this one or this one. In reality, you're just searching the same site with different colors. It's kind of shady.
Well, it's not monopolistic. At least the government doesn't feel so. I mean, one company buying up all
Oh,
the others.
like the end of the article said, there's Kayak and
Mm.
Hipmunk. I mean, there are others out there. It's just how are you going to know as the average person? Oh, this company is really owned by this company.
Yeah, I guess.
It doesn't seem because like until we read this article right now, I had not known that the two sites were actually sharing results with just the different name printed on the website.
I didn't know it either. Then again, I haven't been using them very much because we're not huge travelers in this family, but um, uh, I guess this would have made more of an impact on you and me, Ben, if we traveled more, if we used their services. But we use them so infrequently that we didn't really notice it. What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to be a bigger traveler.
Yeah.
Let's not cue that one out. But um, yeah, just know I guess now you have to be careful of which companies own which
That's right.
and which ones are competitors because you always want to check out competitors just to make sure you're getting the best price. You don't want to rip yourself off. Uh, but don't count the fact that, hey, just because they have different websites does not mean they are not the exact same.
Exactly. Okay. Well, buyer beware. Caveat emptor. That's it.
Yep. All right, so this one is going to be pretty long because it's going to require some discussion, Craig.
Mhm.
It's and yes, we had this one on the list a little while ago, but I don't think we really hit it, and it's worth hitting. This one from Tech Hive, and Should You Cut the Cord? A Guide to Decide for 2015.
Now this is the one that has the picture of the guillotine on it, right?
Guillotine with a poor little coax cable.
Flex cable.
Poor little guy. By Jared Newman, again, from Tech Hive. And, given the tagline at the bottom of this column, you might think that he's a die-hard cord-cutting advocate. But while he personally abandoned cable TV years ago and hoped that the trend of others doing the same will continue, he doesn't think it's the best solution for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, cutting the cord will work better for some folk than others, but the good news is that it's getting easier to take the plunge as new services and hardware options emerge. If you're thinking about getting your pay TV subscription for an internet-only plan, here are some questions you have to ask yourself first.
Okay.
First one, are you a sports junkie?
No.
Okay. No, it's fine, Craig. You can completely answer this as we go, and then at the end of this, we can decide. Because, Craig, you do pay for cable, correct?
No, I pay for satellite.
Yeah. Well, yes, you pay for some form of television.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, Craig is a potential cord cutter in the making.
Aren't you? Well, we also have it down where you are too. You have it. You have.
I would love to cut it, but some of my roommates do not appreciate said fact. So, first one, are you a sports junkie? Craig said no.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting the cord used to be nearly impossible for sports fans, as there was no way to legally get at ESPN. Fortunately, ESPN will be part of the upcoming Sling TV service, which we've talked about, which costs about $20 per month and comes with 10 other live TV channels. Between all these options and over-the-air NFL broadcast, you could put together a decent patchwork of sports programming.
Mm-hmm.
Says here that you'll still end up with some holes, particularly from the original sports network, such as Fox Sports, that require a pay TV subscription. Standalone services like MLB.TV are an option for out-of-market teams, but local games are blacked out.
Yeah.
All this means that sports is still the biggest reason to leave the cord intact.
So you see, I disagree with that because I don't look at that being the biggest reason. Because of course I don't watch
What's
sports.
the biggest reason?
Um, I guess local programming and movies. That's the one I usually use for the
For
premium.
movies?
The-
Really? Movies should be the last one. Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, movies out the wazoo.
You're right.
Other ways to rent movies should be the last one on your list.
Yeah, I just need for local programming, I guess.
Do you even really need local whatever? Anyways, so are you cable news fanatic? Are you a cable news fanatic?
Mhm.
You wake up every morning to the soothing sounds of talking heads who would never question your own politics? If so, cutting the cord may be difficult. Although CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC all offer live stream of their cable networks, access in all cases require logging in through a pay TV provider. It's just new. If it's just news you're after, and just the viewpoints of one particular network, you've got some options. CBSN is a streaming website that an app that offers around-the-clock news, and other apps such as Watch Up can string together a daily newscast from dozens of sources. They're both free, and you can always turn to over-the-air broadcast for local news coverage.
All right.
You're gonna find this you're gonna find this a lot in this article probably, is that cutting the cord does not mean cutting internet. Internet is going to be your replacement for cable television. So expect a lot of solutions to involve going to this website, using the service, using this app, that kind of thing.
Okay.
The next question: any other channels you can't live without? One of the hardest parts of cord cutting is letting go of a particular channel or show that you really enjoy. Personally, if I were to cut the cord, I would miss Cartoon Network and Animal Planet.
Okay.
And some history too, because I love my alien shows. I don't believe in any of them, but they're addictive. I love them. So though you do have Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon and other online sources to get some of the good some good stuff. There's no shortage. There's lots and lots of content. It just may not have what you have available in cable.
Okay.
Although HBO and Showtime, they have their own standalone services now. We talked about HBO. You can now buy it without a cable subscription, which was a huge deal. Craig, you were just talking about movies.
Yeah.
You can subscribe to simply HBO and get that.
Probably, yes.
So, does your provider bundle for cheaper anyway? One of the arguments you often hear against cord cutting is that the cost of TV and internet bundle isn't much greater than the internet alone. But whether that's true for you is entirely dependent on the market you live in. In the author's experience, Time Warner Cable, they've never offered TV for less than $30 above the current internet service. Sometimes they will bundle it. I know in my personal experience, like internet will be $70, $80 a month, which is really high, by the way. Don't even get me started on that. But $70, $80 a month for just internet, and then television would be like $100 flat. So it'd be like $20 a month.
Right.
So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't need it, but for $20, I'm willing to do that for the convenience. But the only problem with that is after the promotion period ends, because that's what most bundles are. You bundle, you get a promotion, and then at the end of the promotion, you find out you're actually paying for top dollar for both of them. So that's something to watch about.
Yeah.
Though in most cases, just internet is going to be cheaper than internet and television. Can you mooch off a parent, friend, or relative? This gets into ethically and legally murky territory, but many networks now offer heaps of content online. We were just talking about streaming sports online. HBO Go is the mobile version where you actually have to have a subscription to HBO, and then you can watch it wherever you want. A lot of kids use that because their parents pay for cable and they do not. These kind of things can help you with the transition because you can get the code still for someone who actually does pay for it and enjoy it without you actually having to shell out the oodles and oodles of cash. Next question. Can you fulfill your entertainment needs elsewhere? In short, folks, television. It's addictive. It's entertaining. You sit down with some food, you watch it. There goes your evening.
Yeah.
But is there anything else that can fill your entertainment needs?
Mm.
Is it your laptop while you're watching Netflix? Is it your smartphone with Facebook? Is it anything else? Is the TV the only way to fill your time? And if it is, then unfortunately cable might be the only option you have. Although many people get their kicks without cable, so there are options.
Mhm.
Next one. Do you like just having TV on in the background? Personally, this is me. Honestly, this is me. I love having television on the background. I don't watch it. I definitely listen to it and enjoy just kind of having it on the background, barely listening to it, barely hearing it, but it's soothing.
Yeah, I've noticed that. By the way, a lot of times you let the TV run, and you just
Even Craig knows that I enjoy doing that. It's soothing to a point, and it's also familiar because I listen to it so much. I actually get repeats, and then I can start piecing together what they're actually saying. So it's enjoyable for me.
yes, it is.
TV on the background, if you enjoy that, there are some apps. Personally, when I can't have a TV on the background, I go to websites like Twitch.tv, things like that, and it's a live stream. It'll go just like television, and then that kind of thing. So there are other ways to get the background noise without having to pay $100 a month just to listen to background noise.
Yeah.
Next one, how close are you to broadcast towers? And the reason for that is they were just talking about over-the-air transmissions, bunny ears, that kind of thing. You can still get television that way. Very, very cheap, very, very affordable for a $10 to $20 antenna. But let's face it, if you're not near a broadcasting tower, you have no way of doing that. So that's not an option. Especially if you're a sports fanatic, that's a good way to get sports, but it may not be for you.
Mm.
And then the last one, how tech savvy are you? We talk about it all the time here on the show. We talk about all kinds of gadgets, apps, software, services, that kind of thing. Our listeners are pretty tech savvy. You could probably handle being a cord cutter yourself. But if you are, unfortunately, Little Miss Grandma, who can barely remember how to work an alarm clock that she's been using for 40 years, this may not be for you. It does take a little bit of knowledge and know-how to find the sites, have them all hooked up to the proper television, all the proper services, have the billing, that kind of thing. A little bit of tech savvy is going to go a long way, but if you are absolutely techno-tarded, don't even bother.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then at the very end of it all, Craig, you listen to all this. Are you an eligible candidate for
Cutting the
cord
cord.
cutting?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I may be. I have to kind of wrap my brain around it.
It's something to think about because it's a lot of, over the course of 12 months, over the course of a year, if you're paying another $50 to $100 for cable or more,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
It is. It's a lot of money. We got a caller in West Virginia who might have a comment about this, so I'm going to take the call. Computer America, Craig Crossman. Hey, West Virginia, what's your question?
Hey guys, if I'm a little off topic, I apologize and go ahead and disconnect me. You guys are talking about gadgets, TVs, apps on phones or whatnot. Just a quick question for you. What is your all's opinion and what do you know about these TVs and phones being nowadays more or less spy devices for invasions of privacy? And is this true? And pardon my ignorance on this. I'm not computer illiterate completely, but what is the easiest way, if you do know how, to block your IP address? I'll hang up and just let you guys answer that for me, unless you have any other questions for me before I hang up.
No, I think that's fine. Our guest tonight was from CyberSafePC. I don't know if you were listening to the first hour. And
I caught last bits of it,
yeah.
partner. I apologize.
That's quite all right. You know, you might want to listen to it. We archive the entire show when we're finished tonight. You might want to go back and listen to that first hour, because for $9.99 a year, you get complete protection, and will help assuage your fears that people are using your camera or using your computer's microphone to tap in for identity theft. And you can try it free for 15 days, and then I think you can't even get it until after the 15 days. Try it and see if you like it, and then for less than $10 a year, it will protect you from these concerns that you have, and you should give it a try.
Does it secure your IP address as well?
Yeah, it secures everything. You can't. That's right. And it's part of the package. So check it out.
Is this your all's product?
No,
or whose product is it?
No. It's CyberSafePC. It was
CyberSafePC, and we'll also be sure to talk about some of the other things that you can do to make sure that you're not being tracked and that kind of thing. We'll talk about that after you hang up. But yeah, the first hour you should really go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
But,
and read the show notes too, because we have the link to CyberSafePC. You can check it out for yourself. Okay, partner?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. Yeah. But I think that will probably help him in his concerns, because
a little bit, but not really.
Okay. Well, talk. We're going to finish this cutting the cord, and
no. We're done with that. We're moving on to the caller's question.
Okay, go ahead. You take it. Why do you not think that's going to help him? What his concern?
Well, I don't want to get into the merits of CyberSafePC. It's just getting back to what he was talking about was how do we know that there's not software embedded in the phones and television and things like that violate our privacy, which he was getting at. I think he was reacting a little bit more to the news out there about there's a very, very recent one. It was Edward Snowden said that all Apple phones and iPhones and things like that tracked your data, tracked your movement, used GPS locations and your cell phone data to track every little thing about you and report it. While it's completely possible that all these things can happen, it's completely possible that your cell phone can beam exactly where you are, what you're doing, who your communication is, all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, Craig?
Yeah, I agree. See, what we were talking about just was the PC portion of it,
No. We're talking about something completely different now.
Exactly.
That's odds are that you're not going to be violating your privacy just by owning a device. Very, very few reputable devices out there. I don't want to get into the off-brand Chinese cell phones that you might be using, but the iPhones, the Lumias, the Nexus, that kind of thing. Some of the revelations that we've had with the NSA, don't get me wrong, they're very, very scary. I don't want to say the government and go all tinfoil hat on you, but they're tracking a lot of data that honestly they should not be. This is not political or anything. This is just as a technology standpoint, they're tracking data that they do not need, from its customers, and they're collecting it anyways. That is happening. There's a lot of people making uproar about it. There are movements online, things to get the NSA to stop doing that.
Yeah.
But as for a personal protection kind of deal, you should be okay in general.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and again, most of it is not under your control. When they're geotagging or collecting data from everything that you're saying. They're recording every conversation from every cell phone out there, and they certainly have the technology to do that. And then, of course, they have to go sift through that data, and they look for keywords, for what that might trigger them to focus in more. That's part of the national security program that we have in place, and not too much you can do about that on your
Really, the only thing I want to put out there real quick. We only have a few more minutes on the show. Is that you're worried about your IP address? First of all, don't block your own IP address.
No.
That's gonna keep you from going to the internet. The best thing you can do is use some kind of
You can use a firewall to help.
Not quite a firewall. Use a ProXPN. What are they? They're
a VPN. Yes, exactly.
Go find a good quality VPN. ProXPN has been on the show before.
Yes.
You can go back and listen to their interview, see what they do. But a good quality VPN, they're out there. They may cost you a little bit of money, but they will mask your IP address. They'll connect you through different servers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is probably the most secure you're going to get than connecting directly to the internet.
Yeah, the keyword you should look for is a VPN, or you can look for ProXPN. That's one of the ones that we use here on the show. And when you run that, basically, you mask out your IP address, so they cannot trace back. They don't know where you're calling, where you're hooking in from. And they have different places all over the world. They have like in Miami and Dallas and Europe. And so, and you're going through their service rather than going through your service, and so they can't track where you are. So, VPN will work. Now, the versions that you can get for free and the versions you can pay for. I like ProXPN. You pay like $5 a month or something for that. But there are free versions out there as well.
Yeah, I've never really found a really, really good free one that's going to do everything you need. It will slow you down, but look up VPN, go to trusted sites, and there are ways to take measures to protect yourself out there, which we've talked on the show before. But in general, you kind of just have to say, well, if I want to use the internet, this is one of the risks of using it, and that is being tracked and having my data collected for purposes that I'm not either aware of or comfortable with. It's just how the game is played.
All right, well, we got the weekend coming up. On Monday, we're going to have something called Bitcoin Comic. This is actually very interesting. This is a guy who is a graphics artist that is and did a whole comic, a book about Bitcoin.
60 seconds.
And it's really very interesting. We're going to have him on the first hour, and then the second hour, we're going to have VTech on, talking about the latest in telephone technology and how it ties into your computer. VTech, they're going to be talking about their TL86103 telephone. Very cool product, and both of them are going to be on Monday. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Go out there, have some fun. Get yourself a VPN.
Go out there and go for a drive.
Exactly. And Ben and I will see you on Monday night. So have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday night. So until Monday night, this is Craig Crossman hoping that your hard disk never becomes floppy. We'll see you Monday night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, all.
10 seconds.
We will be back.
Maybe.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right, and thanks for watching us on Google Hangouts and our live video streaming. And Ben and I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.
Good night.